Alright, afternoon everyone. Bit of a cloudy day today. Zero wind, hasn't been wind for ages. No storms or anything, but bit of rain. And there's more to come apparently in the next, today's Monday. So tonight, Tuesday, is going to really rain tomorrow. It's going to come in overnight. Hey, out of the garden, mate. Alfie, out. Off. Yeah, so tonight, get out of the garden. What? No. You like the sticks, don't you? We don't want to play with sticks. Alright, yeah, so tonight's going to come in, Monday night. Really rain tomorrow a fair bit, and Wednesday. But then it's just drizzling the rest of the week. So it's going to be nice, we need some rain. Hey, off. So yeah, we were out most of the weekend. So didn't really get a lot done around here. Friday or Thursday, I think it was, I ordered the shed for down the side there. So that's gonna go good. It's coming in on this Thursday, so 4 more days. But I'm not picking it up till Friday because I finish early on Friday, so I'll go and get it Friday. My old man's coming in the afternoon, help me put it together. He's probably not going to be able to stay for the whole time of putting it together. Depends how long it takes to put together, but he's got something to do in the afternoon, so he's just going to help me get it off the trailer because it's 65 kilos or something. Help me get it off the trailer and then build kind of the bulk of it, like the skeleton, I suppose, if that's how you build them. I'm not sure. Last shed I built was that, and that was 12 years ago. But yeah, skeleton and then skin it, and hopefully he gives me a hand with the skeleton side of things, the frame of it, and then I can skin it on my own either that afternoon or over the weekend. It's actually a long weekend this weekend, so no work Monday. So 3-day weekend coming up, so that's good. So I'll show you what I'm planning. And I've just got back from the shops because talking about bread makers with someone that we caught up with over the weekend. So yeah, I've just gone to the shop and found the cheapest one I could, really, just to try it out and see if we like it. So yeah, the shed's going around that corner. If you haven't watched, I think I mentioned it on the video about the new solar hot water, the hot water system that we got. It's a heat pump hot water system. Our old one pooped itself, 12 years old, and so yeah, had to get a new thing. And then I've really cracked it. If you've watched previous couple months ago, I've moved this garage around probably 3 times. Right now it's working not too bad, but I'm not happy with that gap between the car and the thing and the racking there. I can kind of squeeze through, but you're always rubbing up on the car and scratching the car or whatever. So there's nowhere else this can go. This cabinet used to be over there, but you're going to hit the car on it. This car needs to be as far that way as possible. Plus, I've got crap all down here. So this new shed I'm getting is 2.3. Say that's the side of the house, or say this, whatever. That's the wall of the house down there. It's 2.3 this way, but it's only 0.85 of a metre, so it's not even a metre wide, and then it's got a sliding door on it. So these two cabinets together are 1.8 metres, so they're going to go in the shed, 1.8 metres taking up, which will leave me 600mm or 500mm. So the door's going to be here, the sliding door will be here, all that. You can walk in, because they're only 450, so give you 400mm. I think it's 850 wide, and they're 450 or 400, so it'll give you 450, 500 to walk and get what you need. And then there'll be a 500mm kind of gap here, and then all this space here. And I'm hoping my whippersnipper will go there, my bike rack standing up will go there. The stands that I've got, the ramps, all that kind of stuff, but then whatever else can fit on these shelves is going to go in there. So the shelves and then everything, all that, everything. We'll be left with the 2 towels. We keep the towels in here because they're a heated towel rack, and it's probably not a big thing in winter, but in summer they make our bedroom really hot because of the heat that comes off them. So I just leave them here. It's just easy. They're on a timer. They're not on all the time. There's a timer just over there, so they come on at 4, turn off at 9 at night. Yeah, that thing will stay. That's for all the dog stuff and the bin. And there'll probably be a couple pairs of shoes floating around, but all this will go. I'll probably leave this. I use this when I mop the floors with the electric mop thing that we got, so that'll stay there. But everything that's on the floor is gone. Nothing hanging up on the walls, going to make it all nice and clean. Not sure what I'm doing with them. Those two things on the walls over there were for the lift thing that I used to have. I sold that, so I don't really need them in them anymore, but I might just leave it. See how we go. And then I've also just gone to Bunnings over the weekend and bought some more paint, and I'm gonna do the cornices, because you can kind of see I didn't at all. There's all overspray because I sprayed this with a paint sprayer. I didn't even bother masking it up because I was gonna paint the ceiling anyway. Then we did it, and I just hate painting, so I never got back around to actually doing this cornice and the ceiling. So that's going to happen now. I just went and got a roller and a what's the name? 4 litres of ceiling white, a roller, like a pole, so you don't have to go up there. So yeah, I think I'll do one day. This is going to happen after I've built the shed. So once I've built the shed, all this stuff will go in. That way, when I need to paint, all I got to do is take the car out. There's nothing else in here, and I'll get a free run. And what I'll do is I'll just start with the cornices with a paintbrush, and then when I come across something like anything attached to the roof, like this thing, this rail, or those brackets, these lights, whatever it is, probably even this whole area here, I'll just do it with a paintbrush. Just to cut it in, and then that's it probably for one day. That'll be me for one day, just because I don't like painting. I'm not going to do hours and hours of it. And then I'll give it a couple of days, and then I'll get the roller out, and then I'll just roll 2 coats, and I won't have to do any of the fiddly stuff. I'll just do the rolling, and that's it. Put some drop sheets down. And yeah, that's my theory anyway, so hopefully it works out like that. Yeah, so this bread maker, I don't know, thinking about it on Saturday, Sunday. We don't eat a lot of bread, but the reason why is we get bloated from eating. I don't know what my missus is the same. We're not gluten intolerant, but just I can have a couple slices, but that's about it. But I remember my folks used to have one of these when I was a little kid, and we used to smash it. It was the nicest bread. Plus, they reckon you don't get too bloated from this stuff. That's why I was talking to someone that has got gluten intolerant or something. They make gluten-free bread anyway. And yeah, heaps better, they reckon. So I thought I'd give it a shot. Let's see what it does. I didn't want to go and splash out $300 on a like a Panasonic top of the wazzer kind of thing. So this is just from, I think Anko is a Kmart brand, but I actually got it from Target because there was none left at Kmart. So yeah, I ended up getting it from Target. I bought it last night online, and then I just went over after work and picked it up. So it does an 800 gram loaf. I don't think we're going to be doing that because only 2 of us having bread. So I'm going to make the smallest loaf that we can. I'd rather make it 3 times a week than one big loaf once a week and have it hanging around and freezing it and stuff. So I'd rather just make a little one, eat it, and then make another little one. You can kind of put a 13-hour delay on it as well. So yeah, I'm no bread machine expert, but so I think you can put all the stuff in the box there, go to sleep, and then wake up and your bread's cooked. So I think it takes like 3 hours or yeah, something like that. Anyway, so I'll get it all unboxed. So what I did buy was a kit. So that's flour and yeast, and that makes 4 600 gram loaves. So this makes 800 gram. So if this will make 600 gram is one of the settings on here for the small, medium or large, then we'll just go, if that's the small, then we'll go from that. But if this will do, like say 400 grams is a small loaf, 600 grams is the medium, and 800 is the big, I'll try and do 400, and then I'll get probably 6 loaves just out of that. Everyone's saying to use bread improver, makes it last a little bit longer. I don't think it changes the flavour, but it makes it cook and last a bit longer. And then for a crusty crust, full cream milk powder. So this has yeast in it. So this and this is all what we're gonna do today. And then I've just brought bread and pizza plain flour, yeast, and then you would use that and that with that. So rather than buy the kit, I just want to try just making it with the plain ingredients, which is what this is, but it's a formulated blend to make that kind of toast or bread. Whereas this is just plain bread flour. So yeah, we'll try this first, probably a bit more foolproof, but we'll go with that. I'll turn some lights on because it's probably not Probably not too bright in here, a bit like me. Let's put that on, yeah. Yeah, and I can still, you guys can't smell it, but we had fish on, like crusted fish and chip kind of fish in the air fryer on Saturday night or Friday night, and I can still smell it. Once you're in the house for about 5 minutes, it's okay. You don't notice it anymore, but I can just smell it now because I just came in from the garage. But I don't know what, it was in the air fryer, so I think next time, I told my missus we're going to put the air fryer outside here and cook it outside, because I don't know what it is. I've gone around with spray and all sorts of stuff and I can't get rid of this smell. We've cleaned the air fryer's put away and cleaned everything, but it's just absorbed into the paint or something. I don't know, it's a really, really strong fish smell. So we've had them before and never did that. So yeah, not sure what's going on there, but anyway, I might have to wipe down some cupboards or something like that. I don't know where the smell is, but yeah, it's in this room. But yeah, I just came home after coming back from the shops and I just came in through here and you could smell it all just like stale in a corner. I should open up that door and get a bit of airflow, but yeah, anyway, I'll unbox this. I might have a quick read of the instructions. I don't think it's that difficult, and then we'll open some of this stuff up and we'll get into it. Alright, so you probably should find a recipe if you want to use all this stuff. I've seen it in various recipes. I've seen one recipe that uses everything, and it was pretty much just a tablespoon, yeah, the big one, tablespoon of that, tablespoon of salt. They didn't even measure the oil, I just splashed that in, and then a teaspoon of bread improver and 2 teaspoons of, so this box comes with 4 individually packed things of flour there. So I'm just going to use one. So 600 grams. But the only thing is, they divide it into 600 grams, but then, I suppose, yeah, bread mix 600 grams, okay. Yeah, and they're calling that a large loaf, whereas this does 650 or 800, so that, as far as that concerns, that's a large loaf, but as far as this machine's concerned, 650 is the smaller one of the two, and 800 is the big one. So I'm only going to do the little one, which is one bag of flour. You got to put the water in, dry ingredients, and then the yeast on top, so that way the yeast and the water doesn't mix. Right now it doesn't matter because I want this to start right now. If you're going to do a delayed thing, I'm pretty sure that's what that's about. So if you're going to go to bed and make this thing come on at like 5 in the morning so that it's ready for when you get up at 7 or 8 o'clock or whatever, then you want to separate it because you don't want the yeast to touch the water as soon as you go to bed and then it's starting to ferment. You want to keep them separate. So for what I'm doing, I'm just going to put all the ingredients in, turn this on, and I want bread ASAP. So it doesn't matter if the yeast and the things mix. Yeah, so they give you 4 individual sachets of flour, but they give you 1 sachet of yeast. So that's a bit funny. But anyway, I'll figure out how much. They want. Oh, okay. So the thing that makes it a large loaf or a medium loaf is the amount of yeast that you put. So, because you're putting the same amount of bread mix, same water variation, and same amount of water as well, but you're just varying the yeast. So I suppose it'll just be more fluffier with more yeast. Okay, so I wouldn't mind it fluffy. I don't want it too dense. So maybe we are going to make the big one, but whatever. Let's just not worry about it. And obviously this recipe doesn't say to use any of this, but I'm going to just put those quantities, what I just said, in, and we'll wing it and see what happens. And I've washed this with soap, washed this, and the paddle that's in there because that comes off. And I've just wiped all the inside because it had a bit of a smell, and then if it bakes, that smell might go into the bread, so now you can't smell anything because I've wiped it all down. So water first, so we want 380 mils. 50, 60, 70, 80. So water. Actually, I'm going to do that again because it says to use warm water, and that was actually quite cold. Put this So 380 mils. I've got fairly warm water here. A bit more than room temp, but that's okay. I'll put it on a flat. A bit much. Okay. So 300. Ooh, that was lucky. Almost poured the water in the machine without the thing in there. So there you go, the water. Then the dry ingredients. So put the flour in. I'll try and do it without making a mess. And I've made sure that paddle's in there as well, because otherwise that's going to be a bit hard to get in now. So that's that. Just flatten it off so there's no water showing. There you go. Okay. Now the yeast. Oh, okay. It's dry. I thought it was like a vacuum packed. So teaspoon is the little one, and we're going to go 1.5 teaspoons because I want it fluffy. If it's big, it's big. Whatever. I'd rather a fluffy loaf than a dense loaf. So there's one. And a half. There we go. And then it said to fold this, peg it, and put it in the fridge. I don't have a peg, so I just use sticky tape. Okay, and then we want bread improver. Let's see what it says. So, doesn't say. It's more if you're making bread like the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I'm just gonna try not to think about it too much. Often turns out better that way. So we'll put 1 teaspoon. Like that. It smells nice. And then full cream milk. This was 1 tablespoon of this stuff. It's fairly light and fluffy, so you're not really getting a lot anyway. So 1 tablespoon, yeah. If you haven't guessed, this is the first bit of baking I've ever done in my life. That's why I don't know what a difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon is. Okay, and then salt. I reckon that's enough. Don't want too much. So that was 3/4 of a tablespoon. I'm just going by eye. Let's put a bit of oil. That's about how much she put in that recipe. And sugar, I suppose, is for the yeast to do something. I've only got caster sugar, so that's what we're using. And I'm going to put 2 of these. I'm pretty sure she said 2 of them. Again, that looks too much. I think she might have been making a bigger loaf, so I'm just adjusting. 1.5. Okay. And that's it. I've used everything. So you kind of got to put it in on a bit of an angle, like that, and then turn it and it locks in. Lid down. Then we're going to do, so it's a medium. 1, I suppose, is basic. 3 hours, which is no delay, and we don't want loaf. We want a 650 gram. You can see the arrow just there is now on the 650, and the arrow's on the medium. So loaf, colour, and menu is the 4. So it's on 4. So 4 is quick. We don't want to do that. Oh, okay. 9. Oh, it does jam, dough, cake, sandwich, and bake. Okay. 12. 1 is basic. It says. So basic is white bread. It's going to run for 3 hours, medium, and 650 gram. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be 800. That's it. It's that easy. I'll come back if I catch it at different steps. I think it does beep at you at certain points to add raisins or something like that. And then I think you just hit start again, I think. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a quick read of the instructions. And then it came with this thing. I think this is to pull, it'll beep at you again before it's going to bake. So you can lift the dough out, take that paddle away, and then put the dough back in so it can bake without the paddle in there. But if you leave it in, it's no big deal. You just use that to pull it out once it's baked. So that's it. So I'll put all this away, and I don't think we even made a bit of a mess, but pretty good. So yeah, I'll clean up all this. I'll come back when this is a bit more doughed up, and we'll check the time. But 2 hours 53 minutes. So yeah, it shouldn't take too long. So we'll have some bread for dinner. So yeah, about 40 minutes in, it just beeped at me. Probably saying to chuck your raisins in if you want to put raisins or any grain or anything like that in it. But I'm not doing that, it's just plain white bread. So we'll leave it at that. It smells good. Definitely smells good. You can smell it throughout the whole house, just that doughy, nice smell. But anyway, we'll leave it at that and we'll get back to it soon. Okay, we're all done. Look at that, spot on. Really nice. I'll take it out, cut her up. Alright, can't complain about that. Just having a bit of a taste test now with a bit of proper butter. I reckon probably less salt. That's about it. The rest of it is like it's fluffy as. It's still pretty warm. It's got a nice crust. Yeah, I wouldn't change a thing apart from half the amount of salt. I reckon that's about it. But anyway, yeah, really nice. I'm just having that bit there with a bit of butter and cheese on it. Whoop. The dogs can have that. Anyway, that's one for the win. That was really easy. So all good. And you know, I don't know. You get 10 slices maybe out of it. Depends how thick you cut it. They're very yeah. Look at that size. That's pretty like wide slice of bread. So it's very tall, normal slices down there. So, but yeah, all good. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.